and lose some weight. Look at me. It's Monday morning. It's Monday morning. You guys aren't awake yet. You guys aren't up yet. What the fuck's going on? Sitting here all by myself taking rippers? That's not a fun way to start the Monday. What's up, Nico? You the first one here. Excuse me. Good morning, good morning. Whew. Man, I don't know if anybody else is up yet. We're the only ones up and moving. That's okay. That's okay. We can have a small group today. We started early. Look at that. It's not even 10 a.m. here at my house. Good morning, everybody. Chee-wee-wees. There's Connor. How are we all doing? Just got back from the gym. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. No, it's fucking early. It's early, bud. It's early. It's just now 9:55 here at my house. It's just past 9. Woo. But good morning, folks. I know, it feels weird to be streaming. It almost feels illegal. Like streams are supposed to be in the afternoon and the evening. Like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to be doing right now. How's everybody's weekend get finished up? We'll have a good rest of our weekend. And here ready to kick off our week this Monday morning. It's cold and gray and rainy outside. It looks like ass. And we're getting construction done on my house today. I'm getting new windows put in. Woo! But anyways. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Today, we're going to do our usual Monday episode of Christory. We're tearing down episodes 60 and 61 today. We're going to do our normal 2 episodes like we always do. That way we get like a full movie's worth of content to dig through. 60 and 61, that means we're every week we get a little bit closer. We're getting to the last, final stretch of this. Final stretch in the Geno Samuel series, but that's okay. That's okay. There's plenty more Christian shit to go through out there. We got that going on, and before we dig into that, before we get into anything, the other day, I think it was Friday on stream, I mentioned we saw a video. We watched some Amber Reed stuff, and in one of those videos, Amber said on the treadmill she walks at 4 miles an hour. She said her walking pace is 4 miles an hour. Those were her words, and I think she's a fucking liar, because to move the amount of weight that she has on her body at that pace, I don't think she could keep that up for a few seconds, much less at a pace for any significant amount of time. So I did scientific research yesterday, Saturday and Sunday. I did it 2 days. I was doing experiments. I got a recording of myself at 4 miles an hour and showed what my legs look like when I'm moving at 4 miles an hour at 155 pounds. And, well, let's just watch it. Let's just watch it real quick. I put together this TikTok. And, let's just watch it. It's all scientific and shit. Let's just go through it real quick. You stupid. Okay, going up to 4 miles an hour. This is the pace that locale Amber Reed, admitted pedophile, claims to walk at while on the treadmill, and I think she's a lie. Stupid bitch, you're just a lying little bitch who okay, that's 4 miles an hour. You guys can see my legs there. Look at that. 4 miles an hour. Is she keeping that pace? No. This is the pace. That's 0.7 miles an hour, and that's the pace I believe she was moving at. That's just more than stepping and stopping. So it's it's the slowest you could really go and still be going without your feet going and stopping. That's where you're actually still moving. And anyways, it was all super scientific. Stupid bitch. And lose some weight. Hey, look at that handsome fella. Look at that handsome fella. Anyway, okay. I just wanted to go over that real quick. I just wanted to make sure that we all knew that she's a fucking liar, that 500 pounds does not move at 4 miles an hour for any significant amount of time. Not when you're Amber Reeds, anyways. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay. Why don't we... Oh no, internet, don't you dare go away. You better be coming back. Chee-wee-wees. There it is. All right, guys, let's take a ripper. Let's open the stream up the right way. Let's kick off our week together. You know what? Why don't we open the stream up the right way and do a double? That way all of our weeks get kicked off in a fun manner. Because I've still got almost a full loot bar here. I've got like a third of one here, and then I've got a brand new one still in the bag over on my nightstand. All right, let's catch a double ripper. Come on, guys. Poop, poop. Let's do it. Wow. Whoa. Okay, guys. God, that one fucking got me. Uh. I'm alive, guys. I'm alive. Ooh. That one got me. Ooh. Shit. Ooh. Okay. Okay. We're going to try this again. Whew. Holy shit, dude. Sometimes those doubles are... sometimes they're big nasty. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a special shout out to Gino Samuel 2.1 for providing us with today's videos. Even though he's recently changed his channel name to Chris Chan, A Comprehensive History. But anyways, point is, shouts out to Gino Samuel. We appreciate you. 85 parts, 85 episodes he put together for us. And here we are at episode 60. We have laid down miles of Chris Chan content going through this. We're finally on the back stretch. We're on the back end of it. We're on like the last 25%, 30% or whatever. We're towards the end. Man, we have learned so much, and I feel like there's still so much left to learn. goodness. Oh my God. I was not expecting to be this rippered up this early into the stream. Okay. Boy. Spit this morning, doxing this weirdo. Good. Good. I know you're always putting in good work, my dude. I appreciate it. Wait. What did I miss here? All right. All right, folks. I think I'm caught up here. All right, episode 60 and 61 today is what we're going to be digging through. Where are they at? Right there. I think we're all set, prepped, ready to go. We've taken a double ripper. We've opened the stream up the right way. Let's just start it up. Here we go.
What made her this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Bada bing, bada boom. Part 60, here we go.
On November 15th, 2017, Christine went to Twitter to post about a new customization feature she unlocked in the Sonic the Hedgehog game Sonic Forces, which allowed users to create characters with different colored eyes, wondering if the feature was inspired by Chris's own slight heterochromia. The next day, she bought the video game Mother Russia Bleeds, set in an alternate timeline of 1980s Soviet Russia. On the 19th, Chris publicly updated the area code for Quickville, Virginia as 69488, likely instructed to do so by Joshua Wise, the person responsible for altering much of Quickville's storyline and Chris's own personal beliefs. Members of the Kiwi Farms discovered that it was a zip code in Germany, though could have been a coincidence since the number was more likely a combination of references: the sex position known as 69 and the white nationalist code 1488, representing the 14-word slogan, "We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children," and the Nazi salute Heil Hitler, to the 8th letter of the English alphabet, H. On November 20th, Chris uploaded a new drawing on Patreon featuring Christine and Sailor Mercury and Luna from the Japanese anime series Sailor Moon having a conversation, with supposed Japanese translations next to their English speech bubbles. It is likely that Wise provided her with falsified Japanese text from which to copy through role-playing as his alias, John Yamada, for none of the Japanese text matched the English dialogue. For example, Christine expressed pride in being able to write her name in Japanese, when in fact she had written, "Watashi wa penisu o motte imasu," which translates to, "I have a penis." Furthermore, what Chris assumed was smart hearts, smart minds, well-educated support, actually translated to, "You look like the kind of person who fucks a guy in the ass and doesn't have the courtesy to ejaculate inside him." Soon after, Chris's monthly Patreon
Wow. Wasn't expecting to hear that sentence this morning.
earnings dropped from $647 to $491, with at least one individual commenting that the reason for their departure was her failure to ship a comic book to them. On November 26th, Chris went to Twitter to reveal that Quickville would soon be holding elections for the next mayor and posted a poll of the candidates, asking her readers who they would choose. The list consisted of actor Brendan Fraser, chairman of China Mao Zedong, Chris's fictitious secretary and former mayor Alison Amber, and dictator of Chile Augusto Pinochet. She later added that Russian President Vladimir Putin, who was purportedly the US president in Quickville's dimension, was also in the running. She afterwards posted a similar poll asking her fans to vote for the new chief of Quickville Police Department. Her list of candidates included infamous serial killer Ed Gein, drug trafficker and authoritarian ruler of Panama Manuel Noriega, and Chris's own troll-given alias Ian Brandon Anderson. On November 28th, Christine posted on Patreon her calculations determining the age of her Milo.
Uh-oh, I just got an error message. Uh-oh. Gave up drinking the Jew. Man, I'm sorry, dudester. I just caught up in chat. I'm sorry to hear that about your wife, man. That's a rough one. We feel for you. Fuck, that's rough. Might have to play a different video. Could be. Oh fuck, I just realized they're fucking just pausing it on
Wise began enacting a new campaign of trickery and thought-altering by telling Chris stories and presenting altered images purporting to show Nazi forces in...
There we go. Yeah, we feel for you, dudester. I do, definitely. I'm genuinely sorry about your wife. Oh, wow, dude. I'm really sorry for that. That's awful. That's genuinely awful. I don't really know what to say to that. I've never had that experience, so I don't really know what to say in that one. But I do feel for you. I couldn't imagine losing my wife, especially in that way. Genuinely sorry for your loss. Maybe we can brighten up the day a little bit. Hanging out here with us. Maybe it'll brighten the day a little bit, hopefully. Hopefully. Take a few rippers. Watch some Chris Chan stuff. Yeah, some addicts are good at hiding it. Some of us are. Some are. I'm not. Once I start to lose my mind, it's very fucking clear what's going on.
Invading Quickville, Virginia, in the hopes of capturing all the heroes of the town. Wise's John Yamada persona told her that the Christian Weston Chandler of the Quickville dimension had been kidnapped by Nazis and sent...
That's a good attitude to have, because I mean, what else can you do but keep marching? It sucks, it hurts, but sometimes you have to just grit your teeth and keep pushing. Sometimes that is the best answer. Not necessarily for everyone, but if that's what's working for you, keep pushing.
Sent to the past, where he acquired satanic powers and abolished women's rights to enact his love quest, while also helping Nazi Germany win World War II, thusly explaining why the United States of that alternate dimension was under Nazi occupation. Christine made an angry drawing and monologue depicting herself kicking Quickville's Christian in the groin for what he had done to the world, thusly killing Christian. On December 5th, Chris began posting new pages of Sonichu issue 15, detailing the births and early lives of Sonichu and Rosechu. Due to the influence of Joshua Wise, Chris changed the canonic birthday of Sonichu from March 17th to April 20th, either to reference the widely known date of 420, a celebration of marijuana smoking, or German dictator Adolf Hitler's birthday. Some members of the Kiwi Farms noticed that for the new pages, she was closely referencing, if not directly copying or tracing, the fan comic Rosechu's story, made by Kiwi Farms user tricky. However, Chris took extra effort to depict the tail of the Raichu Pokemon, which later turns into Rosechu, as a distinctly round-tipped female tail. Upon noticing this, Joshua Wise convinced her otherwise by claiming to be Rosechu, who had allegedly borrowed his computer to message Chris. On December 6th, Christine confessed on Facebook that Rosechu was born male. Okay, who's ready to have their minds totally, royally f***ed up? Rosie, our prime Rosechu, sweetheart of Sonichu, was born as a Pichu, male! The d***ed trolls were correct. Up until around the 4-cent garbage adventure, Rosie did have not a vagina, but a penis. She had the operation to become fully woman and give birth to Christine, Roberta, and Sarah. I felt super mortified and beyond shocked she came out to me as a trans woman herself. Since when I created her after Sonichu around 2000, I had created her to be a female-only Pokemon, like a Kangaskhan. But, apparently, even though I am creator, apparently I am not a total goddess over my own city and creations. So, I will now put this to everyone online for their responses. Do you like it that for once the trolls were right? Or would you rather I revert back to telling everyone in Book 15 that our Miss Rosie Rosechu was always female? She wanted me to come forward with her truth on her behalf, as much as it really hurts me deep. I really feel like I should be reeled into my Pokeball and stored in the PC a while. I accept my Rose, as having been born male. That is all. Feeling greatly conflicted by this latest revelation, Chris posted a poll on Twitter, asking her fans whether they would like to acknowledge the truly transsexed Rosechu, or reject the so-called official history, and continue considering Rosechu as have always been a girl. She later added that one choice would hurt Christine, while the other would hurt Rosechu, so the trolls would apparently be happy with either outcome. Chris's trollsome ex-girlfriend, Jessica Quinn, returned on Facebook to commend Christine for the progressiveness of establishing a male-to-female transgender Sonichu character. A day later, the voting on the poll concluded, with 57% of the people voting to recognize a transgender Rosechu. Upon seeing these posts, notable QB Farms poster and moderator, the American Hedgehog, created a thread on the forums to collect and discuss all the recent and forthcoming information dispelled by Chris, which was decidedly made under duress or under the influence of an unknown troll feeding her ideas, who was at the time only referred to as Idea Guy. By this point, Wise had messaged some people on the QB Farms using his account BallsyMaker94, boasting about his involvement, but he had told them to keep his identity a secret. Marvin, moderator on the QB Farms, and the original man in the pickle suit, allegedly knew BallsyMaker94 was the Idea Guy, and even provided him with some advice concerning some trolling schemes. On December 11th, Christine unveiled a new character currently present in Quickfill, Battery Charge Heart, CPU of Quickfill, inspired by the CPUs, or goddesses, of the Hyperdimension Neptunia anime. Though unlike the original CPUs, Battery Charge does not represent any specific video game console. It was also released a new YouTube video in which she recites what she believes to be a Cherokean chant, as informed by the Idea Guy, Joshua Wise.
What the fuck position are we sitting in, Chris?
When in fact, it was the combination of the Russian taunt, Anu Chikibriki, popularized by the video game series Stalker, and Davai, which meant come on or let's go. She is also squatting with a bottle of vodka in front of her while wearing a cap and striped Adidas tracksuit, a wardrobe and mannerism associated with the Gopnik subculture of Russia and other former Soviet states.
We've all seen those memes.
Anu Chikibriki! Anu Chikibriki! Anu Chikibriki! Anu Chikibriki! Anu Chikibriki! Anu Chikibriki! Davai! Davai! Anu Chikibriki! Anu Chikibriki! Anu Chikibriki! Davai! 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 Anu Chikibriki! Davai! 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 Anu Chikibriki! Davai! God.
What the fuck?
On December 14th, Marvin used his Howard Winslow Twitter account to tell Chris that the video game convention, MagFest, would hold a panel discussing Chris-chan. Marvin encouraged her to attend. Also on that day, Christine urgently went to Facebook to inform her readers that Sylvana Rosechew, who existed in the same dimension as her entire city of Quickville, was lost in time.
How you doing, Hatfield? Welcome in, my friend.
Destroyed in the past. She pleaded for her fans to believe in Sylvana in the hopes that their power could bring her back. Later again, Christine wrote on Twitter that she sought revenge for those who destroyed Sylvana's original form, but in return presented the character's new form who appeared in her stead, Neo Sylvana Rosechew. It was around this time that Wise convinced Chris that the Hyperdimension Neptunia character Neptune was waiting for her at a GameStop. Chris drove to the GameStop from which she was banned for pepper-spraying an employee, honked her car horn, and repeatedly screamed Neptune's name. Afterwards, she went up to the window of the game retailer and quote-unquote scanned the interior, but did not see Neptune, so Chris made her way back home. Also in mid-December, Joshua Wise, messaging Chris while pretending to be Magi-chan Sonichu in Quickville, told her that he prophesied Sonichu would give birth to Chris's long-longed-for daughter Crystal after being anally penetrated by Christine. Wise as Magi-chan said that if Chris drew that sex act, then she would not have to do it in real life, and Crystal would still come into being. She then made a drawing showing herself having anal sex with Sonichu in...
Wow. Wow. This hurts me worse, my son, but destiny called us to make this baby. Our next CPU, our Crystal Rosechew. Ah. Oh my fucking God.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
That would have been funnier if it was better timing.
Oh yeah, that does sound fucking awesome.
That's how Chris feels about it. I'm fucking confused. This hurts me worse, my son, but destiny called us to make this baby. Huh. Is anybody really surprised what he did to his mom? After seeing this shit, is it really surprising? No.
in order
Oh, for real, dude. Sonic 2 is absolutely low. Look at that face.
to produce Crystal. At around December 17th, Chris told one of Joshua Wise's online personas that she was determined to go to her half-brother, Cole Smithy, in New York City to convince him to look after their mother, Barbara. Chris thought that a newly crafted Sonichu medallion made by Wise would be arriving in the mail, which would provide her with the powers to find out Cole's home address, though Wise never told her of any such thing. He convinced Chris not to go to New York, for Smithy needed not get involved in the Chandler's affairs, and that her family was low on funds. The next day, Christine confessed to one of the characters portrayed by Joshua Wise that she had renounced Christianity and instead began worshipping the CPUs of Hyperdimension Neptunia. She reasoned that she could get more speedy and efficient advice and guidance from the CPUs as opposed to God and Jesus.
Chris, you are straight up just butt fucking crazy.
Chris was further convinced of the power of the CPU goddesses because she had the ability to create her own CPU after learning from them, and the opportunity to become part of the family team of CPUs was a dream that Jesus could never grant her, no matter how hard she prayed. On December 23rd,
Introducing crystal meth into Chris Chan's life. I don't know. I think it would just exacerbate all his current weird things that he does. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Might turn him into super tweaker. I don't know. That's an interesting question, though.
Christine posted 2 more drawings featuring the Sailor Moon characters Sailor Neptune, Michiru, and Haruka, claiming that their speech bubbles had been translated into another language, when in fact, the accompanying translations were German lines of pro-Nazi dialogue taken from the video game series Brothers in Arms and Wolfenstein. 3 days later, she updated her Facebook followers with troubling news from Quickville, provided to her by Joshua Wise. She thought that there was civil unrest in her town because, in addition to rallies held by Ku Klux Klansmen, DJ Jamsta Sonichu was put on trial for molesting Punchy Sonichu, which resulted in the Punchy Sonichu riots. She denied rumors that Magi-chan was
fucking rioted because Punchy got molested? Man.
running
Justice for Punchy, I suppose.
Quickville like a police state, as he was not a criminal, and neither was the new mayor of Quickville, Brendan Fraser. Chris
The fuck does Brendan Fraser have to do with this?
added that to stop the criminals wreaking havoc in her town, the Trollbusters Anti-Troll Task Force was being reorganized into the Quickstapo, a reference to the secret police of Nazi Germany. After a break of 10 days from online posting, Chris returned to Twitter on January 3rd, 2018, when she noticed that artist Brian Frogboy, also known as Brian Shickley, posted a page from his so-called Chris Chan prequel comic, focused on the earlier years of Chris Chan's life. Brian stated that he did not intend on finishing the new project and left it aside as practice. Christine commented that she was very interested in seeing how the story developed and how the artist would treat some aspects of Christian's past life. With this encouragement,
You know what? Let's read that. I didn't know if the narrator was going to read that out loud or not. Let's read this comic page real quick. Okay. Yes, it's true. My parents are kind of pack rats. Sometimes it makes it hard to walk. But honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. There is one place in 14 Branchland Court that I truly feel proud of. I have a secret hangout with everything a man could ever want. You see, I am a high-functioning autistic male. This gets me access to things that better endowed individuals get more easily. Okay.
and how the artist would treat some aspects of Christian's past life. With this encouragement, Brian
You know, Sonichu, I think this is our best walk yet. I think so too, Father.
continued to work on completing the
So sometimes it confuses me. Like, it almost seems like is Chris? Sometimes when he's like Sonichu's father, it makes me wonder: is this like a representation of Bob and Chris and their relationship? Like with Chris and Sonichu, is that like what he wishes he kind of had with his dad? Maybe? I don't know. There's so much weird shit going on in his mind.
comic before the end of the month. 2 days later, Chris liked a video on YouTube which claimed to feature subliminal frequencies that would cause one to astral project, or to theoretically have their consciousness travel to another time and place outside of the confines of their physical body. Also on that day, Chris announced a surprise marriage over Twitter and Facebook. I am celebrating the love between Magi-chan Sonichu and his mentor and lover, Mewtwo. They had got secretly married recently. I'm truly happy for both of them, and if Sylvana were there, the three of them would have made a lovely harem. On January 6th, Chris arrived for the first day of the music and gaming festival, MagFest, and spent a great deal of time taking photos with her fans.
That's a lot of people that got way, way too close for comfort with Chris, as far as my opinion goes. Knowing what his house looks like and what he undoubtedly smells like, I can't. I just... like, this girl right here has got her face buried in his chest right here, right up in his neck. Dude, she has got to smell every bit of him. She could smell the neck rolls right here. She's only, 3 inches away from Chris's armpit? Dude, she's got to be just bathing in his funk. Just, wouldn't you have to go home immediately, jump in the shower? Pour bleach on yourself or something, or ammonia? Something to burn the top layer of skin off after touching him like that. I couldn't do it. Too much for me.
She also attended a freelance art panel where she interrupted the discussion to provide some advice from personal experience.
You were the first one, right? We signed it, we did it, that was the earliest date ever, and all this paperwork,
It was noted that she brought a baseball bat with her to be used in a case of self-defense.
Well, that's stupid.
The schedule for the second day of the convention featured a retrospective of the history of Sonichu and its creator, Chris Chan. Christine attended the panel as an observing audience member. The room was veritably packed, and the panelists discussed subjects of an intimate level, which included the many trolling sagas, and She Came for Quick, the drawing in which Chris depicted himself sexually satisfying his friend, Megan Schroeder.
They had a fucking convention for this? Shoo. Fuck, got me on that one, dude. I don't know what to say about that. That many people gathered in the same geographical location for this shit. Fucking mind-blowing, dude. Mind-blowing. So mind-blowing, in fact, I think we should take a ripper. Smell like a rotten watermelon. Huh. Interesting. That sounds fucking disgusting. Cassandra Marie, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Big fan of your work. Very big fan of your work that you put in. Let's take a ripper, guys. Let's do that. You guys know what time it is. Need the right one. Let's get it. Here we go. Poot poot. Ripper time. That's better. That's better. Excuse me. Here we go. Renovating your apartment. Good shit, dude. Good shit. That's dope. That's awesome, man. Good for you. That's a positive movement in your life.
After the discussion was concluded, the panelists gave Chris a chance to speak, after which time the audience gave Christine a standing ovation and encouraging applause.
That's fucking insane. That room is insane.
She proceeded to walk down the aisle, high-fiving and hugging her adulating fans. Chris's longtime Trollsome gal pal, Kim Wilson, was also in attendance and later recounted the experience. The panel was created to definitely be a huge mockery of Chris. Chris wasn't invited, as far as I'm aware of, and only decided to come because he got wind of it. It was more or less of a surprise to the people running the panel when they found out he was there. They definitely glossed over a lot of their slides and made it seem more positive. A lot of the shit they said was wrong, even simple stuff like, he got fired from Burger King. Apparently, their biggest source wasn't even the Wikipedia, but random videos of other people talking about him or interviews, which is just lazy, but pretty funny. So after Chris spoke and was heading back to his seat in the back, he was high-fiving people. This one girl got a high five and a hug from him and basically just shrieked with happiness. She shook her hand at her friend, yelling about how Chris touched her hand and wouldn't.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. These people genuinely enjoy Chris. Fuck, dude. Wow. I didn't realize there was that many, I guess, people that genuinely adored Chris like that. That's fucking crazy.
wouldn't let anything touch that hand, and kept going on and on about how Chris touched her hand, and was overjoyed by it to the point that I actually thought this girl was going to go find him to suck his dick. She wasn't even a fat or unattractive girl either, so IDK.
Jesus fucking Christ. The fuck am I supposed to say about that?
Marvin was also there and later wrote his account of the event on Kiwi Farms. What everyone seems to be wondering, does Chris smell? No, at least there isn't like some miasma cloud hanging around him. I was pretty close to him, but I obviously didn't stick my nose in his shirt or anything. So if he's got a smell, you definitely won't notice anything just casually hanging around him.
That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. We've seen his house and what it looks like. There's no way you can't smell him.
And even if you really are determined to get a whiff, it's probably not that strong. It helps that it's the winter, and so he's not hustling around in the heat.
Fair, that's fair, but still, even coming out of a hoarder's house like that, there's no way those places don't fucking reek.
No perfume or Axe this time either. Chris stayed back after the panel to talk with her fans and take photos with them.
Right now, what are your thoughts on it?
I love all gays and lesbians!
Also in the audience was Adam Stackhouse, the winner of the 2007 Parappa the Rapper Song Contest, who was the subject of much of Chris's anger at the time. They seemed to finally meet on pleasant terms and took a selfie together. On January 9th, Brian Frogboy posted another image from his Sonichu prequel comic. Chris commented that the page accurately described his yearnings back then, having devoted too much time on fulfilling his love quest instead of focusing on Sonichu, admitting to being too selfish back then. The next day, Alan Denton, a writer for the Sonic Boom TV series, tweeted, "I love when people are inspired enough by something to write their own fanfiction. Totally support that. But, and I can't believe I have to say this, if you then insist to the creators that your made-up story become canon, you've gone too far. Whisper silently to my folder of Sonichu fanfic. But not you. You'll all be canon one day." 2 days later, Christine shared newly uncovered memorabilia concerning her late father, Bob Chandler, which included a newspaper clipping regarding his 25th anniversary of working with General Electric, and a flyer advertising his so-called musical pushcart, which would
Mr. C and his musical pushcart presents for your listening pleasure recorded American popular music circa 1880 to 1955. Holy fuck. What are the names of these songs? I gotta see them. Big band, swing, jazz, boogie woogie. I'm gonna have to look up some of this stuff. Dixieland. I got a feeling what Dixieland might relate to. Piano, blues, singers, Broadway, Hollywood songs, dreamy dance music, roaring 20s, sing-along. I'm very curious about the boogie woogie. I'm gonna have to look that shit up after stream.
play vintage music for any willing listeners in downtown.
I didn't know they had music in the 1800s. I didn't know it went back that far.
Charlottesville. On January 10th, the idea guy, Joshua Wise, invited an unknown user of the Kiwi Farms
Hey,
to take
that's Cheers. That's Cheers. Sometimes you wanna go do 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 do.
part in a trollsome conversation with Chris, using the messaging function of the digital video game distribution service Steam. The other party was told to portray the part of high-ranking SS figure during World War II, Hermann Fegelein, who was allegedly threatening to lead German forces into the My Little Pony land of Equestria, claiming that it had belonged to the Reich centuries ago. Their conversation ultimately concludes inconclusively, with the threat of invasion pending. Wise later wrote that he pushed the Nazi storyline onto Chris since she easily identified them as a villainous entity and did not understand why Russians, North Koreans, or communists were bad. On January 16th, Wise convinced Chris that Nazis had planted a surveillance bug inside her Christine doll, which she had fashioned out of a My Little Pony figurine to make it look more like herself. She proceeded to destroy the doll on camera.
Frickin' Nazis. I am not afraid of any of you. And you do anything else in Quickville, I'm gonna send you all down the river. You may as well send yourselves down the river before I send you all down the river. You think I can be bought off like this, but
Chris, it's a fucking plastic toy. My God.
having feel it most of myself. Even the ones I end up putting together and you end up bugging, well, I won't have it, and you all will not be in Quickville for much longer. I'll see to it personally. Oh, I really glued this thing good. Anyway.
She then uses a part of a bed frame to attempt to crush the
That carpet looks fucking disgusting.
doll further.
Ugh.
So there!
3 days later, Chris continued the anti-Nazi theme by uploading a video on YouTube.
I have $1,000 says there's so many different species of bugs and cockroaches and all sorts of shit crawling around under that carpet. Ugh. Ew. Oh my God, Chris.
In which she destroys her Christmas tree to intimidate the Nazis, which were apparently invading the My Little Pony land of Equestria.
You
What did the tree do to you? You dickhead.
friggin' Nazis! I'm gonna kick you all out of Equestria!
I don't think that's what you're supposed to do with trees. As far as I know, you're supposed to smoke them. I don't think you're supposed to just tear them up like that, though.
I'll kick you all out of Equestria! Frickin' Nazis! And with last one, kick your ass out! You're gonna. Oh, you. Go. Do that better.
Jesus Christ.
What do you think of that now, you frickin' Nazis? Morning! You get out of Equestria, you frickin' Nazis!
Chris then rips up a picture of wrestler Hulk Hogan.
What the fuck did the Hulkster do? What the fuck's your problem?
In reference
Brother.
to notable Kiwi Farms commenter Hollywood Hulk Hogan, who regularly made fun of Chris's weight.
Oh.
Who's a fat ass now, Hulkster?
It's still you. It's still you.
My favorite wrestler is Chris Benoit! My brother's.
You sure? You sure you want to go with Benoit? You sure you want to go with Chris Benoit? There's some not funny jokes in there.
Sisters and I of Antifa, we will assure you freaking
Of all the wrestlers, you had to pick Benoit. Jesus fuck.
Nazis, get the hell out of Equestria now!
What the fuck was that?
I'll be back. Hasta!
On January 20th, in response to an artist on Twitter posting an image of their new waifu, or illustrated, usually female character one
What the fuck is wrong with it?
may feel romantically attached to, Chris objected to the concept, writing that she never understood how people could feel that a character from a show who has dimensions out of their league was like a significant other
Why do the legs just taper off and turn into little flippers there? What happened?
to them. She was instead more old-fashioned, preferring real women. Christine added that she only purchased a dakimakura, or body pillow with a female anime character's image on it, out of peer pressure, suggested to do so by one of her ex-girlfriends. During the time Chris had it, she never envisioned it as anything more than just a pillow, and apparently had already disposed of it. The next day, Chris tweeted a retraction. "Hey everyone, I'm tweeting right now to retract and correct the comment I made a short while ago about waifus. I was insensitive not only to all of you in this world, but also to those individuals who are fictional here, who all are real in the other dimension of this world. Those waifus are real. They all have feelings too. I was in mind of a year or two ago when I was proposed the question about my waifu by my past girlfriend. I did not really have a waifu then because I had never really thought about it beforehand, ever." Soon after, she deleted these tweets, and in their place, retweeted the original tweet which sparked this discussion, and wrote that all those who had waifus should treat them with
Guys, I will be right back. Give me one moment. Please keep watching.
the utmost kindness and respect, as they were real, had families, and all that. The sudden change of mind may have been the result of Joshua Wise beginning to roleplay with Christine as the Hyperdimension Neptunia character, Blonde. They got into arguments concerning Chris's laziness and how she would treat Blonde if they were in a relationship. When asked what she would do if on a date with Blonde, Chris wrote, "Firstly, we get to the bedroom. Communication is key, and I would listen. We get undressed. I would make out with you, make my way downwards, and I would put my 2 middle fingers onto your clit for starters. Then, I would progress into your vulva with my fingers and rub the front inside of your vagina. And with your request, I would lick it on the clit, the edges, and even put my tongue into your vag." This allegedly disgusted Blonde. On January 22nd, QB Farms moderators revealed the identity of the idea guy as Joshua Wise. They also posted his date of birth, home address, and the Facebook pages of himself and his family members. The forum members claimed that the reason for the revelation was because the content that Chris was producing under Wise's influence was quote-unquote trash. Others then came forward with information that Wise had provided them, including new pages of the Sonichu comic that were drawn under his influence. For example, some of Christine's characters became Islamic extremists or drug dealers. Also, Chris created new Sonichu characters, including Bundy Chu, in honor of infamous serial killer Ted Bundy, and Robert Chu, in honor of her father. Thinking that publicizing his personal information would be enough to deter him from contacting Chris again, QB Farms members assumed that the Idea Guy saga was over. However, Joshua Wise, playing the part of John Yamada, instead informed Christine that he had come under attack and could not communicate efficiently with her anymore, so he redirected Chris to Johnson Wiles, Yamada's original character, or OC, residing in a different dimension, through whom Wise continued to message Chris. On the 23rd, Chris officially created a new pony character influenced by Wise, named Cunty Nugget, apparently of Vietnamese heritage, whose name Wise claimed translated to happiness. 5 days later, Chris attended a Pokemon trading card game tournament at the end game.
I'm so fucking sorry. Oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. God damn, I feel dumb. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. Oh no, not again. Here we go. Here we go. You guys said we needed to hear it. I needed to hear it, so let's find out.
who had waifus should treat them with the utmost kindness and respect, as they were real, had families, and all that. The sudden change of mind may have been the result of Joshua Wise beginning to roleplay with Christine as the Hyperdimension Neptunia character, Blonde. They got into arguments concerning Chris's laziness and how she would treat Blanc if they were in a relationship. When asked what she would do if on a date with Blanc, Chris wrote, "Firstly, we get to the bedroom. Communication is key, and I would listen. We get undressed. I would make out with you, make my way downwards, and I would put my 2 middle fingers onto your clit for starters. Then I would progress
Wait, your what? Your 2 middle finger? 2 middle finger? Okay.
into your vulva with my fingers and rub the front inside of your vagina. And with your request, I would lick it on the clit, the edges, and even put my tongue into your vag."
Fuck. I shouldn't have rewound it. Should not have rewound it. Fuck.
This allegedly disgusted Blonde. On January 22nd,
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Should have just let the video play. Should have just let it play. I should have just let it play. Just never should.
Raiders revealed the identity of the idea guy as Joshua Wise. They also posted his date of birth, home address, and the Facebook pages of himself and his family members. The forum members claimed that the reason for the revelation was because the content that Chris was producing under Wise's influence was quote-unquote trash. Others then came forward with information that Wise had provided them, including new pages of the Sonichu comic that were drawn under his influence. For example, some of Christine's characters became Islamic extremists or drug dealers. Also, Chris created new Sonichu characters, including Bundy Chew, in honor of infamous serial killer Ted Bundy, and Robert Chew, in honor of her father. Thinking that publicizing his personal information would be enough to
Bundy Chew sounds like a character we would see in the Tophiaverse.
deter him from contacting Chris again, QB Farms members assumed that the Idea Guy saga was over. However, Joshua Wise, playing the part of John Yamada, instead informed Christine that he had come under attack and could not communicate efficiently with her anymore, so he redirected Chris to Johnson Wiles, Yamada's original character, or OC, residing in a different dimension, through whom Wise continued to message Chris. On the 23rd, Chris officially created a new pony character influenced by Wise, named Cunty Nugget, apparently of Vietnamese heritage, whose name Wise claimed translated to happiness. 5 days later, Chris attended a Pokemon trading card game tournament at the End Games card game store, wherein participants opened and then played with newly released cards contained within a pre-release kit, with an entry fee of $30. On the final day of January, Chris posted a YouTube video in which she asks for people to buy her old Pokemon cards to help pay for her mother's dental care.
Hello everybody, this is Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again. Captain's log, stardate 01312018. Yes, and before we begin with this, I would like to give a special shout out and appreciation to Brian Frogboy on Twitter for the Chris Chan Prologue comic book. Hey, I'm working with him. We're gonna try to get a few copies of that book going around. I'm personally doing that. It's the okay. Though all the details are a bit off here and there, it's still very good. Anyway, this video, aside from that, is about, in particular, my collection of old Pokemon cards. I am literally going to be selling these on eBay, and I'm pretty much showing you all what you get here. Anyway, so I'm just going to thumb through this and you'll get to see what you get. You get more than 150 or so cards. You're not going to find these elsewhere.
Why not, dude? I don't.
And you're going to get
It's hard to tell what you have. I don't see anything
plenty of
great.
bang for your buck, not only because of the cards, but because of the bonus content that
Look at all the missing spaces. So it looks like you went through and took out all the good ones that you wanted, and this is the shit you have left over.
is mine and mine alone.
Chris goes on to display 2 binders filled with Pokemon cards.
That's my very first Pokemon card, base set Charmeleon. And do you know where I got this card from? I literally got it from this Nintendo Power magazine. I'm thinking about adding this to a listing and this as well for its own listing, and I'd sign it. Here, watch me sign it right now, alright? Now this guy's gonna need a dental job. This listing is definitely going to help restore my mother's teeth. She still has lots of problems with that. This is it! This is my very first card ever. And
Let's pull a quick ripper. Let's do a quick ripper. The shit we listened to a few minutes ago, that was kind of rough. I see that you asked for that revolution. Let's do that. Let's take that ripper. I've been kickboxing at this point for about a year. Just shy of a year. Next month will be a year for me. Let's grab a ripper, guys. Come on. We need it. We deserve it. Let's go. Poop poop. Woo. All right. That's better. That's better.
And I definitely personally document it on the card that's in here. See? Oh, I got my very first Pokemon card from the February 1999 Nintendo Power issue. Yay! #1 card. Alright, so that's it for now. In a little while, I'll probably do a dance video because that was a pay request, but I have so many other things, obligations to take care of right now, believe it or not. It's true. Alright, so y'all have a great, safe day. Keep a happy thought.
The binders were listed on eBay with buy it now prices of $700 and $200 respectively, and the signed Nintendo Power magazine was put up for $150. Card trader
Damn, dude.
Cabal Coffers offered $500 for the larger binder, which Chris eventually accepted.
Really? Wow.
Upon receiving the package, Cabal Coffers filmed an unboxing video showcasing what he received.
As you can see, she wrote "handle with care" everywhere, and this is loose, rolling around in the box.
He proceeds to sanitize the binder and was optimistic about his purchase. He later appraised the cards and reckoned that he comfortably made his money back after the first 14 pages, and believed that in a few years, the contents of the binder could be worth $3,000 or $4,000. In response to the
I wonder if they actually were. I'm curious.
purchase, Chris notified her Facebook followers that all of the proceeds went to her mother, Barbara, who promptly scheduled a dental appointment. Her Facebook friend, William Elliott Waterman, doubted that she could set up an appointment so quickly, and Chris's troublesome ex-girlfriend, Jessica Quinn, was optimistic that Chris would for the time being stop using her mother to sell her junk. Not long
Sandlot's a great movie. Yeah. I see you guys in chat. Sandlot's a great movie. Joe, my fight will be next month. It's scheduled sometime I believe in the middle of March-ish. That'll be my first official fight under the Arena Wars banner.
Long after, Chris purchased 2 Pokemon cards on eBay, costing a total of $52. On February 1st, Christine bought the PlayStation 1 game Blast Chamber on eBay for $5. Also on that day, Chris posted a photo on Facebook of herself drawing new comic pages on a clipboard clipped onto an easel, proud to be standing and drawing. 2 days later, in response to a comment on Twitter, Brian Frogboy wrote that he personally did not believe cartoons were real in another reality, but did not influence what Chris believed. Chris replied, stating, "That is a real shame that you say that, at Brian Frogboy, because our fictional individuals are real, and they do exist. They are alive and breathing and living, just like you, I, and everyone else in this world. You should open your mind and heart to them fully." After another fan reply, Brian wrote that if Christine truly believed a cartoon reality existed, then she should consult a professional. Chris responded, "Consult a professional is another insensitive comment. That is strike 2 at Brian Frogboy. More appropriately, you should see it for yourself to try to understand for yourself." The next day, Brian Frogboy posted a printable illustration of his rendition of a Sonichu medallion, which Chris did not approve.
I'm a little country pop. We're gonna make your haters stop. I tell you straight up, no lies. Our emotions, thoughts, and love.
On February 5th, after coming in contact with Chris, the independent, self-confessed boy band Boy Spicy released a song titled "Love is Love," featuring Christine on lead vocals. She sings the lyrics she originally wrote for Sonichu issue 12, with Boy Spicy providing the instrumental backing track.
Bully's gonna tell us you've been pwned.
On February 7th, Brian Shickley revealed that he had received a printed proof copy of his Christian prequel comic, which was printed by the custom book publishing site Lulu. They discussed how he would provide the books for Chris to sell by herself, stating that she would be getting all the profits. 2 days later, Chris announced that her Sonichu comic books were once again available for purchase from Lulu for the first time since her ban in December 2015, which she evaded by creating a new account. Christian. Arguably the most documented person in history. On February 11th, YouTube user Gino Samuel 2
Oh, self-reference, baby, self-reference.
uploaded a video titled Christian, A Comprehensive History, Part 1.
He said the thing. He said the thing. He said what we're doing. Ah, shit.
A multi-part documentary project presenting a near-complete chronology of Chris's life based on all available information in an objective manner.
Fuck yeah.
The video was quickly shared on QE Farms, and the channel steadily grew in popularity. He would continue to regularly upload installments of the Comprehensive History series over the next 5 months. This is the story of Christian. On February 16th, Christine received her copy of the Christian prequel comic by Brian Shickley and posted a photo of herself holding it up. On the 20th, she posted photos of her new Christine and Nightstar dolls, which were repainted My Little Pony figurines like their predecessors. 2 days later, she spilled paint on several pages of Sonichu issue 14, but instead of throwing them away, decided to list the stained pages on eBay, announcing so in a YouTube video.
From my recent painting projects, I had an accident. I spilled some paint on my hand-drawn cover of Sonichu number 14, as was the first 3 pages. So I'm going to be tracing and redrawing these 4 items. So
Why not just redraw them? Why are you gonna... Chris, come on.
at this point, I'm going to be putting these up on eBay. So if any of y'all would like something that was originally hand-drawn with me from amongst my books, now's a good time. Even though it's a bit damaged, but still, you know how it is with artists. That's what makes it more unique. And I'll personally put a certificate of authenticity on all these, and these will come in a page sleeve. So step right up and pay some good money for a little bit more of something authentic from me. Thank you and have an awesome day.
The pages were listed with an asking price of $100 and were sold 2 minutes after being posted. On February 24th, Chris celebrated her 36th birthday and made a special announcement on Facebook. Everyone, please listen. I would like to personally talk about Christian Love Day, as it is not only my own birthday, it is not a day of loving Christians, though they are people who deserves as much kindness and love as everyone else respectively and individually does. And side note, it is also Mexico's Flag Day. But what Christian Love Day truly means to me and I feel should be encouraged for everyone else to follow in suit on every February 24. If you would, please. It is a day to extend your love and kindness to everyone, period, and do it with as much gusto and sincerity as you like. May they be family, sweetheart, friend, ally, workmate, creature, plant, an individual who is a fantasy character in this world of ours, and, of course, even a stranger or someone you do not know yet. Share the love. Moreover, let your friendship and family circles grow. Do not be shy. The more genuine love and kindness you give, the more you do get from them and everyone else. Give a hug. Give a smile. Say hey there, for Christian Love Day is the special day we give love and kindness to everyone. Thank you all so much. Love, Miss Christine Weston Chandler. For the time being, it seemed that Christine had regained some semblance of control of her own life and her mind. Her online reputation continued to provide her with additional income in the form of eBay sales and Patreon supporters. However, out of sight of the public eye, individuals with menacing plans were toying with her emotions and beliefs and were about to push her to her breaking point.
Well, there's no way now that we can leave that on a cliffhanger like that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not can we leave it on a cliffhanger. If he's almost to his breaking point, I want to see it. Let's get this whipped up here. Doo-doo-doo. There we go. We're already set, prepped. Always remember what he did to Barb. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Mr. Zazzle. He is in every sense of the word a motherfucker. And not just that. We know what he did to Barb, but what we don't know is exactly when it started and how long he was doing that for. Because maybe he was charged, I don't know with how many counts of it, but realistically, he could have been doing that to Barb for months. I mean, she's not going to be able to tell anybody. He's got the perfect victim at home. He could have been doing this for who the fuck knows how long. He could have threatened her. He could have just banked on her not remembering or her not knowing. Maybe she thought it was fucking... Oh my God. How goddamn psychotic would it have been if Chris actually thought that Barb thought it was Bob, and he's just pretending to be Bob while he literally rapes his mother. Oh my fucking God. Yep. What kind of psychotic shit is that? Pretend... I feel like I hit the nail on the head with that one. I definitely feel like I hit the nail on the head there. Pretend to be your dead dad while you rape your Alzheimer's riddled mother that believes that you are her dead husband. All just, oh my God, Chris. Yep, absolutely, Taffy. Worst fucking moment you could have showed up. Oh my God. Oh my God. The fucking horrors that must have went on inside of that house. Maybe Chris was trying to spawn himself. Like he was trying to make a new... Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know what was going on through his mind. I don't know. I don't want to know. It hurts to think about. Makes my brain hurt. We made it through that last video, though. You guys know what that means. We made it through the last video. We've earned ourselves a between video ripper. It's kind of mandatory. So let's grab ourselves another ripper, and then we'll get started on our next one. Let's go. Poop, poop. We left off on the last episode on a serious cliffhanger. Let's find out where we go. Let's find out. Small, full pack of cigars? Jesus Christ, dude. My goodness. Bro, why did the intro change? Why did it echo like that? Why does it feel like it's gonna get scary?
By late February 2018, the idea guy, Joshua Wise, was firmly molding Christine's thoughts and creative ideas. Unbeknownst to members of the QB Farms or other outsiders, Wise was by this point accompanied by 3 other people.
I feel like it's like we're watching a horror movie.
One of whom was Stephen Boyd, who also roleplayed as fictitious characters with Chris, including one Gwen Mikoto, who allegedly lived in Kentucky, passing off his own family's address as Gwen's. The 2 other parties were involved to a lesser extent, and the identities of whom were never revealed nor fully uncovered. The idea guys primarily communicated with Chris through a closed communal chatting space on the instant messaging platform Discord. Here, they frequently convinced Chris to make social media posts of their request, influenced storylines of her comics, and asked for money. Both Wise and Boyd received new PlayStation Vita game consoles from her, in addition to numerous games and downloadable content.
Damn.
On March 3rd, Chris purchased a GameCube Game Boy player for $80, which would allow gamers to play Nintendo Game Boy cartridges on the Nintendo GameCube. In addition, she bought 2 GameCube games. These purchases were directly sent to Stephen Boyd, under the pretense that they were to be received by his fake persona, Gwen Mikoto. On March 9th, the idea guys encouraged Christine to film a new house tour video for their amusement, which was shared with them privately.
Hello, on the internet, this is Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again, and today, giving y'all an update.
I wouldn't be surprised if on this house tour, if we glance over a pile of trash and we see a random body part. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Gonna take a tour of the house as it currently is.
It's very, I was going to say Nova-esque. I see you guys mentioned that in the chat too. But I think Nova is more like Chris Chan coded. I wouldn't say Chris Chan is Nova coded because Chris Chan is the original. But there's just something about the way he's talking to the camera and the way he keeps looking away from it, like looking off to the side. It reminds me a lot of Nova's mannerisms and behaviors.
Boxes of the VHS tapes from Mr. C's collection and some of mine, and there's the PlayStation monitor, and look, I found the C64 monitor today.
Hang on, I gotta see that again. I looked down. Look at that mess.
The VHS tapes from Mr. C's collection and some
Holy shit.
mine.
What do we got going on here? That carpet looks so fucking foul.
And
Jesus Christ, the boxes.
there's the PlayStation monitor, and look, I found the C64 monitor today.
Wow. Wow. I don't think I've ever actually seen a computer that old in my lifetime. Even the computers I remember from the 90s, I don't remember them looking like that.
Yep, there's my high school, there's my house, there's our house, there's Simpson house, there's Spooky house, and other Legos. I just kind of lost track along the way, and yada yada yada. There's my desk.
Where? Where's your... I genuinely didn't see your desk.
Yada, yada, yada. There's my desk.
Where? Oh, fuck, right there. Okay, I see the chair. I see the chair here. Here's the back of the chair, the brace of it. Here's the back here. There's the seat. So I think this would be the desk. Okay, I had no idea. Wow, Chris. Wow.
Desk. There's on my Sachi and Roshu figure
That's just fucking crazy.
type figures, along with Sonic and Mewtwo there, just because for now. And standard to draw nowadays, there's
That floor looks like the dog shits there.
my
Looks like the dog just shits in the carpet.
bit, there's my
Cats or whatever.
easel and canvas. Just see some things up there. I draw on the board on the clipboard on the top. I've been used to clutter type things. Life is laundry room with I'll say blocked. Okay, hard to get to the back door, but we'll eventually clear it out.
Taffy, welcome to the Mustache Mafia. Thank you so very much. I do appreciate you. Let me add you to the membership counter right quick. Look at us. Whopping perfect 333.
There's filing cabinets, washer and dryer right there. And there's my bedroom, there's bed. Okay?
Why do you have dumbbells in there? You don't use them.
And dumbbells, because I do 50 reps a day.
50 reps of what? No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're not going to lie to me. No, you're not. I spend way too many hours in the gym to believe that bullshit. Nope. Nope. Nope.
And I got my ankle and wrist weights up there along with my waist cincher that sweats it out from the belly. There's there's my transgender flag. Here's my lesbian pride flag. This is my alarm clock. This wakes me up about 6 a.m. It was my previous phone. Going upstairs, I don't want to talk much because my mother is up there. I don't want her to get suspicious, but
Suspicious of what?
pretty much where my mother is, and our dogs. Sometimes our cats. And she's got most.
There's just that floor, dude. Oh my god. I've been in meth houses that had carpets that they look like that. They just look so fucking foul. They look like the floor of a gas station bathroom. They're just disgusting.
Boxes of her clothes up there. So I'll just go with that, and I'll just look.
That place seems like such a hazard. All the bugs and things that could be crawling through shit. The termites, bed bugs, mites, cockroaches, flies, maggots, ants. 100% there's ants in that house for sure. I can't imagine. I can't imagine living like this. Willingly living like this.
Totally. This would be the guest room if it didn't store a bunch of our.
If something over in the corner got set ablaze for some whatever reason, the fucking house would burn down. Foreshadowing, or second shadowing. The house fire already happened.
Stuff in here.
Point is, I mean, their house burned down because they're fucking hoarders. It can happen again. This hoarding shit, it's dangerous for a lot of different reasons. I mean, just the fire hazard alone. If something catches, you're never going to be able to put it out before more trash just takes off and your house is going to be toast. Not to mention the mental aspect of living in a place like that where you don't have the freedom to move around or do anything or pull anything out because there's just shit and trash everywhere. Yeah. Bad business.
Yeah, it was our craft room. There's a hutch in front of that door, which you just saw from the other side. There's a picture there. And everything. There's a photograph of my mother from many, many years ago. And
Chris, you said that the way there's a photo of my mother from many, many years ago. Creepy. There's something creepy about it.
kind of last what was my bedroom and all its love and glory is now more boxes. Just, half this room is occupied by my mother's boxes. Look, clothes. Closets full of more clutter things. I'd like to be able to sort it out and whatnot. Just bothers me. So much clutter. So pretty much ending in what was my bedroom. That's pretty much it for the inside the house tour as it is today. So yep. Thank you very much and have a good day. Where is that button?
On March 14th, Chris made a YouTube video informing her followers that she was selling a collection of comic books on eBay that were previously in the ownership of her half-brother, Cole Smithy. In the video description, she claimed that half of the proceeds would go to Smithy.
Hello everybody, this is Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again, and today I offer you a very special offering. Not just a whole bunch of comic books, look at all of them. Very, very old and lovely comic books with some age to them, but they're all in quite good condition. And there's more over here in this box. And believe it or not, these books were all by none other than, and with official confirmation too, because it was also in the box, which I dug out of the workshop recently, Mr. Cole Smithy himself. Yeah? But right now, also, I'm gonna turn this over to my mother. Now, Barbara Ann Weston Chandler, do you...
What the hell did you call her?
Mother? Now, Barbara Ann Weston...
Barbara Ann Weston Chandler. Barbara doesn't have a fucking clue who she is, where she's at, or what's going on. Those eyes have absolutely nothing going on behind them. They are just... She is just a shell. There's nothing there.
Weston Chandler, do you personally recognize all these comic books in front of you?
Yes, I do.
And do you
Bitch, please.
attest that they each belonged to at one point to your son, Joseph Cole Smithy?
Yes.
And not only that, but with each book, you're gonna get a signature from this lovely old mama of ours. Smile.
This is so fucking weird. This is so fucking weird, dude. You're gonna get an autograph from this lovely mama of ours? Smile. Bitch, smile. I said fucking smile. What the fuck is this, Chris? It feels like we're watching a hostage situation here. Look at the way she smiles. Oh my god.
And a certificate of authenticity that backs it up definitely and so furtherly. Each of these books
So furtherly.
belong to Mr. Joe Cool Smithy himself. These will be going on eBay, each with their individual listing, and for the average current selling price from everybody else, you have my official guarantee. You also have my mother's official guarantee.
Yes.
Alright, thank you all very much for your consideration.
Yes. Yeah. Totally present. Totally mentally capable. Yeah, she's all the way there. Fully cognizant. Just, yeah, Chris. Yeah. This is a really good idea. Keep showing your mother in this condition to the internet. It's a really good idea. Keep putting her fucking face right in front of a camera. Really smart.
And helping us with the household and the bills and everything. Y'all have a great, safe day.
Chris then listed the comics on eBay at $30 to $40 each. Over Twitter, Christine elaborated that Cole Smithy had closed himself off from her and their mother, so Chris had many good rights to sell his possessions, since he was an asshole to them. She added that she did not contact Cole before selling the comics, as he had left them behind, implying he did not want to keep them. On March 15th, Chris listed 17 PlayStation 2 games for sale on the Facebook Marketplace for $200. The next day, she went to the game streaming platform Twitch to stream herself playing the racing game Burnout Paradise Remastered.
That helmet too big for your head. Smashy, smashy! Smashy, smashy! Smashy, smashy, smashy! Oh, you didn't get me that time. Slow down just in time.
Of course, Chris decided to put herself right under the spot where I have my camera, so this is Chris's fault.
Just in time. Step in time, step in time, step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. You're not gonna find. Wait. Whoop, 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 whoop.
All right.
I'm not gonna miss this one, Mom.
She played for around 1 hour, and the stream chat remained fairly active, though she failed to respond to comments. On March 17th, Christine posted a photo of her Christine doll, accompanied by her custom amiibos depicting Sonichu and Rosechu, celebrating 18 years since their inception.
Seriously?
It was possibly around this time that Chris got banned from the End Games card game store. The managers of the establishment had known of her online reputation since they frequently received bothersome phone calls from low-effort trolls, or weens. However, she had maintained a generally acceptable demeanor in the store, until she vandalized a sign promoting an upcoming Pokemon card game tournament by sticking on an image of Sonichu. The owners later replaced the sign, and Chris found the old one in the store's dumpster, along with her picture of Sonichu. She then confronted the manager in an angry public display of disapproval, and the manager argued that Sonichu was not a Pokemon and should not have been on the sign. After this altercation, Chris was banned from re-entry. By March 19th,
How do you constantly get kicked out of places that you enjoy going to? Stop acting like an asshole, Chris. It's not that difficult.
the Idea Guys had convinced Christine of the existence of a new Rosechu character by masquerading as her through online chats over Discord. Her name was Crizzle Rosechu, and she and Chris quickly developed a romantic bond for each other. This was part of their scheme to trick Chris into believing that she was a pedophile, since Crizzle said she was 15 years old. 3 days later, Christine listed her old portable gaming gadget, the Pokewalker, for sale on eBay, priced at $100. It had been painted to appear like an Eschew ball from her Sonichu comic series. It was sold within a day. On March 23rd, Chris entered the Vashon Square Mall in Charlottesville, Virginia, from which she had been banned. Soon after, she was charged with trespassing after forbidden and was placed on the therapeutic docket, a program offering routine meetings with courthouse staff and mandatory therapy sessions for those with severe or persistent mental illness as an alternative to jail time. On the 26th, Chris announced on Twitter that her sweetheart search was finally over, punctuating her statement with 3 colored heart emojis. When asked by Twitter user Tings, she clarified that it was a relationship with 2 others to whom she was close in real life. In truth, the Idea Guys made her believe that she was in a polyamorous marriage with Crizzle Rosechu and Magichan Sonichu. Magichan's inclusion in the marriage was part of their ploy to convince Chris that she was bisexual. On March 27th, QB Farms user Da Big Straw, who had purchased one of Cole Smithy's old comic books, received their purchase. They admitted that the comic did not deserve the price and was sent out over a week late. but their main item of interest was the certificate of authenticity that was allegedly signed by Christine and her mother, Barbara. Dabik Straw argued that Chris had forged Barbara's signature
1,000,000% forged it, dude. Look at that. He didn't even change up the way he wrote to write her name. You dumb dickhead.
since they both looked strongly alike. They sent a complaint to Chris over eBay. She quickly replied, stating that she would be filming a video showing both herself and her mother signing their names. The video was uploaded on March 28th.
Hey, Mom. Yeah? Trouble you for a minute?
I'll be there in a minute.
You'll be there in a bit. I have the camera running right now.
That came off as very, bitch, you'll do what I say right now. You're gonna do what I say when I say is how that came across.
We talked about the signature. So everybody right here, this is my mom, Barbara.
I feel like she's scared of Chris. I definitely feel like she's scared of Chris. He's so much bigger than Barb is and strong. Well, I don't know about stronger, but he's definitely bigger and fatter than she is. And he can use his body as a weapon in ways that she can't. I definitely think that she's afraid of him.
And what we're doing today is, apparently there is a complaint from a customer. I better turn on the overhead light here, if I can muster it. Light. Light. That was the light. Light's not turning on that one. Or is it? There's my mom, Barbara Ann, and I'm giving her my pen. My pen, you see? And
Like there's some weird pin references there.
she's signing her name and dating today's date. Oh shoot! What's today? I didn't check.
You're not showing us shit, Chris.
Yeah, I believe today is the
28th.
Yeah, there you go. It's 28th. So go ahead. Alright, so yeah, you just wrote that, and it's... Alright, and now I'll sign it. We're doing this today because somebody complained about my mother's signature not being legitimate compared to mine, so there's my mother's signature. She just signed it, and here's my signature. The clipboard's transparent, but as y'all all can see, there's mine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the first signature, dipshit.
And my mother's. There's differences, so that's what our signature.
That's exactly right. There's differences there. There wasn't in the first set of signatures. Stupid.
Signatures look like respectively. Okay? And,
Like such a fucking smartass. Okay? Slap the shit out of you.
Mommy? Well, hello?
What the fuck, Chris? This is the picture of Alzheimer's. Look up Alzheimer's in the dictionary, and that's the picture right there. That's what you get. It's Alzheimer's. It's what it is. It didn't have to look so funny when she did it, though.
Hello.
See? Here she is.
Hello.
Okay. Alright, thank you, dear. Alright, so hopefully y'all take that.
Hello.
See? Here she is.
Right there, dude. Oh my god. I feel like we're watching the beginnings of like how a monster is made video. This is so fucking creepy. It's weird. It makes my stomach feel upset. My stomach's like in knots right now. It doesn't like that. It doesn't. It's hard to watch these and be comfortable. Just, hello. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Chris, what the fuck is wrong with you? How is somebody that hard up for affection that Chris thought that that would be the right move. There are so many other routes he could have taken to satisfy those urges. And this is the route he took. This was the route that he thought about and was like, you know what? Yeah, this is the way to go. This is the move. What the fuck, Chris?
Okay. All right, thank you, dear.
Okay.
All right, so
Why do you call her dear? That's weird. I don't call my mother dear. Never have, never will. That's a very, I don't know. There, thank you, dear. It sounds like a husband talking to his wife. Thank you, dear. Appreciate you. It's weird, Chris. See, there were signs. There were signs long before he ever got arrested.
hopefully y'all take that for a good lesson, and talk to you on that
Go fuck yourself, fatty.
next time.
Come at me with your smugness. Fuck off.
On the final day of March, Chris received the results of her genetic makeup after being encouraged to take the test from genealogy testing site 23andMe by the Idea Guys. She discovered that she had trace amounts of Jewish ancestry and so deeply apologized over Twitter for the hurtful comments she had made at Jewish people, including owner of the game place, Michael Snyder. She later updated her followers that she also had some African ancestry. In addition, the test showed that contrary to her claims, she had no trace of Native American DNA. She soon after made a YouTube video updating her fans with this development.
And apparently, about 100% European. But also, in my paternal haplogroup, which that comes from my father, apparently, there was some black in him, so I'm black too. I'm less than 0.1% Ashkenazi, Jewish, and 0.2% broadly European. So,
I don't think that means you get a pass to say the word, Chris. I don't think you get a pass.
black and Jewish behind this person. This individual right here. I'm black and Jewish. It makes a little bit. So, on the high note of that, down to preposition to address, I personally wish to extend my apologies, my most sincere apologies to every single Jewish individual in this world and everywhere else for saying all the hurtful things I had said in the past over the years. And also, I extend the same apologies to the black people. I never really had any offense against black people, mind you. I'm a fan of Michael Jackson. I'm a fan of Louis Armstrong. I was a fan of Red Fox. I was a fan of the guy who played George Sanford. George Jefferson. I like black people. Alright? And I didn't really have a thing against Jewish except for that one time where I said that thing hastily to Michael Snyder, if you're listening to this.
Jesus fucking Christ. I'm a fan of Michael Jackson, guys. I love black people. What the fuck, Chris? Oh my god. I don't think you intended for this to be funny, but...
I apologize to you as well for that hurtful insult, so... And I'd like to go ahead and state and emphasize right now that I recognize myself, I appreciate my Jewish heritage, and I respect all Jewish people from now on and everywhere else, and I encourage everybody to do the same, everybody else to do the same. But I reserve my right to not celebrate Jewish holidays. I may, if I'm invited, then I'll celebrate with all of you, but that's not going to be my typical thing. So with that, everybody
Be appreciative, be open, be kind, be supportive. I'm still a trans woman. Okay?
I don't
Alright.
think you are, Chris. I don't think you know what it means to do that. I don't think you are. I don't think you are.
On April 5th, Christine listed more of Cole Smithy's old comics and other childhood items for sale on eBay. She displayed the listings in a YouTube video uploaded the same day.
We definitely have one-of-a-kind, unique items here. They're gonna be a great buy, a great investment, and they'll each come with a certificate of authenticity.
Oh, I see that, Spicy Chipmunk. You gotta take your last poot and go to work. Let's take one together. Yeah, if Chipmunk's got a roll, let's do a community ripper. Let's do it together, everybody. You guys know what time it is. Send them out right. Here we go. There we go.
Individually marked from me and our mother, Barbara Chandler, with our initials, our names on them, and that's personally verified. And some of these actually have Cole's signature on them. He has a whole bunch of Kiss stuff. You just take a look in here and you see there's some good Kiss memorabilia. Oh, and also a comic book I missed. It's a super special Kiss. All the pages in there and everything. Just he drew a bunch of mazes. There's his initials right there. You could definitely compare that to previous thing. And here's one more folder. Let's keep boring. Just random this and that's another maze. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for now. Okay, thank you.
The folder containing Kiss memorabilia was quickly sold for $150. On April 6th, Chris posted a new drawing in which she, in her Quickfill human form and her Sonichu form, apologizes to all women of a smaller breast size. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking a moment to offer my respect and kindness to all women who are and remain flat-chested. The true beauty and essence of any individual woman is on the inside from their personalities, respectively, mind, heart, and soul. Breast size never makes a woman who they are, so I, Christine Weston Chandler, salute and acknowledge the flat-chested women. Y'all are prideful. Y'all are good people. Thank you. On April 8th, Christine engaged in a lengthy conversation over Discord with the Idea Guys. Joshua Wise mainly portrayed Fiend, an evil character from the Japanese anime series Symphogear, and Stephen Boyd played Gwen Mikoto. After making Chris believe that she was a pedophile,
You have a good rest of your day, Chipmunk.
they demanded that she pay them $20,000, or else they expose her pedophilic thoughts to the public. When she objected to their demands and harsh words, Wise as Fiend posted an image of Kadingir, a super weapon from Symphogear, claiming that if Chris did not do as she was told, the weapon would fire at the moon, destroying it, with the potential of hurling debris at Quickville. Chris belittled Fiend's weapon, writing that she could fit it inside her urethra, with room to spare. Fiend called her bluff and fired at the moon. As Wise described a moon chunk falling towards Quickville, Magi-chan, also played by Wise, showed up in the chat and demanded that Chris do something to help, instead of crying in a corner and humping a plush doll of My Little Pony character, Twilight Sparkle. Chris denied these accusations and stated that she was instead protecting her city and nation with all of her soul. She yelled that she still had hope that they would survive. Boyd as Gwen appeared to brand her a liar because she allegedly lied about being a pedophile for years and claimed to have found child pornography on Chris's computer. She then accused Chris of lying about being a man and then a woman in order to have sex. Christine called Gwen a traitor for working with the enemy, since Gwen apparently was Fiend's student. Gwen said that she would abandon Fiend if Chris gave her $500. Christine stated that she no longer had that kind of money. Boyd as Gwen instead demanded that Chris sit outside to ponder about her abhorrent toxicity for a week, without food or toilet breaks. If she didn't comply, Gwen would blow up Quickville's dimension with a nuclear bomb. Chris wrote that she would commit suicide if the dimension ceased to exist. Wise as Fiend then claimed to bring over Chris's wife, Crizzle, who was furious at her for threatening suicide, something a real Sonichu would never do. Fiend then returned and claimed to have stopped the moon chunk from falling to Earth, and together with Gwen asked Chris to film a video apologizing to Gwen, which she delivered to them about 7 minutes later.
Gwen? I'm sorry for everything. I messed up. I'm a fuck up. You got me as a pedophile. One vagina. I learned about too many things in my life. Is that? I'm not a bad person. Gwen, I'm sorry for everything.
Uh-oh. Why do you sound like a fucking goose?
Gwen, I'm really sorry for everything.
Is this Regard Rage?
Since the idea guys were not satisfied with her offering, Christine offered something else. She showed them a picture of a large, spiky Sonichu penis she had drawn on the wall. Gwen asked her to show it to her mother. A few minutes later, Chris reported that she showed the Sonichu penis to Barbara, who was shocked and offended by it. She started to cry and then ran back upstairs. Chris then called herself a butt-fucking champ. After some extensive disputes concerning the marital position of Quickville, Christine asked to appoint a few consultants and advisors, including the Sonichu form of her late father, Robert Chu, and Anna McLaren, Chris's longtime friendly acquaintance. Her request to have Anna participate was rejected. However, it is likely that Chris indeed contacted Anna and told her about her current complicated situation. Anna may have gathered that Christine was under the manipulative influence of trolls and reported this information to Joshua Moon, or Null, the administrator of the QB farms, in addition to other significant members. She, however, delayed calling the police about the matter since she was studying for college final exams and ultimately did not do anything more to help Chris. On April 9th, Chris posted a brief YouTube video featuring Barbara.
Please buy our comic books. We need the money for a mortgage. We appreciate your help. Thank you.
The next day,
Again, another hostage situation.
Chris tweeted that she realized with the help of her sweethearts that she was bisexual, so put up her large lesbian pride flag for sale on eBay because she felt she needed to buy a bisexual flag to match her new identity. It was quickly sold for $100. She later on changed her Facebook profile gender to bisexual transwoman. The following day, she apologized on her Patreon page to her supporters for failing to deliver any new Sonichu pages for over 2 months because she was busy catching up with the happenings in Quickville, but promised to return to completing Sonichu issue 12-9 soon. Chris elaborated on the conversation via a YouTube video uploaded the same day.
Hey everybody, Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again in response to the post I just made on my Patreon to give y'all a little bit of an update. That's definitely true. I have been catching up on a whole bunch of Quickville events. But anyway, to pretty much summarize it up, definitely in a bit of a quote, pretty much how I'm feeling everything. Alright! Shut up! I hear you! I'm coming down! These pretzels are making me thirsty!
As she continued to give idea guys more gifts and money, while also falling back on mortgage payments, Christine listed more and more of her personal items for sale. This included her custom-painted Wiimote controller for the Nintendo Wii game console for $150.
God damn. Really?
On April 13th, she posted her Bible on eBay for $200.
What the fuck?
But soon removed it since she did not find a spare that she could keep for herself. Later that day, She listed 2 vintage Transformers toys that were personally signed by her. After several fans complained that signing her name devalued the products, she removed her signatures. Chris promoted her eBay items in a short YouTube video.
Hello, everybody. This is Christine Chandler coming to you live from home once again. Please, please, please.
Why does Chris look so, like, red and dirty? Like, right here, here looks really red, but at the same time, it looks like it could maybe also be some dirt. I don't know. It's fucking gross. Chris looks like he smells like shit right now.
Buy the things I'm listing on eBay right now. My mother and I really need the money. Please help us immediately. Thank you.
Please help us immediately. I don't think so.
On April 14th, she listed her Manchester High School amethyst graduation ring for sale, first for $1,000, then for $10,000. Soon after,
$10,000. Jesus Christ.
she changed the price again to $5,000. The
Even still, $5,000. $5,000.
next day, Christine posted a YouTube video titled Dick Licker, That Is I, in which she fervently licks the drawing of Magi-chan's penis on her wall.
That was another thing that I wasn't expecting to see today. Okay, I guess we continue.
On that same day, someone who called themselves Shadow Resident, who claimed to have known Chris during their time at Piedmont, Virginia Community College, began uploading several YouTube videos demanding that Christine apologize for allegedly mentally scarring him at PVCC on Monday, April 15th, 2002. His videos are no longer available, but they featured minimal imagery and him whispering his message to Chris. In the comments section, he wrote that he was not able to send these demands earlier because he was in a mental ward for 10 years because of Chris's scarring. According to a comment he left on the Dick Licker, That Is I video, Shadow Resident implied that the aforementioned video was made on his request. Chris, however,
Do you guys see that comment? I know you guys see it if I see it. Here, let me make it a little easier to read it. At least he isn't interested in his mom anymore? Huh. People were picking up on those signs long ago as well.
implied that the aforementioned video was made on his request. Chris, however, rejected his claim and confessed to making the video on her own volition. The following day, Christine wrote on Twitter that she apparently remembered the identity of the so-called Ween who was addressing her online, and announced a forthcoming apology on YouTube, asking others not to reveal his personal information or dox him. She shortly delivered the apology video.
And today I am here to talk about this person who has come to my attention, this what you call a Ween. I'm here to verify personally that there was actual history with this individual. This guy is legitimate, not fake, but I will refer to him by his online alias. But anyway, it took me a whole lot of research and recollecting, but anyway, I had typed up everything I have about what I remembered. So, yeah, this guy was at Piedmont, Virginia Community, Mr. Shadow Resident. I had taken his class in the spring semester of 2001. We were reading a bunch of short stories and critiquing them. I was very misunderstood on how
to critique them, and I had wrote off tangent in my assignments and in responses. The Mr. Resident kicked me out of his class, only for a settlement to happen later where I met with him in his office to finish the assignments with a better understanding on what the resource was. Anyway, so I had to retake the course the following fall semester, but with a different professor. And I remember giving Mr. Resident kind of a mental word association relation to Dr. Robotnik, because his personality type was similar to that of him, and he kind of looked like him as well. So I'll tell y'all the short story about what happened that day. On April 15th, 2001, I entered the classroom like any other day, feeling neutral and well. Then Mr. Resident tells me to leave the classroom. I was not welcome into his class. I picked up my book bag and left. The door closed behind me, and I was very upset, and I did not know what to do with myself for the next hour or so. I went up the hallway to the part PVCC by the auditorium where they had all the long tables unfolded, and I cried and I cried and I cried with my arms folded and my head laying on my arms, and just anyway, I eventually, much later, pulled out a piece of paper. Then I wrote what I did on there. I returned to the now empty classroom shortly after the class had finished, and I left a note with his name on it on the desk, and I had written something like, "You made me cry. I will never forgive you." Yeah, this Mr. Resident, upon all the retrospect, I do owe you the apology, and I do humbly apologize for having written that note to you and causing you to fall mentally ill and go into all that you had gone through. But at least you ended up returning to PVCC later, as far as your record could tell. There you go, sir. There's your apology. I hope that was satisfactory enough for you. And I hope you have a good day and a good rest of your life. And that you are never trolled by anyone or doxed. So we'll just leave it at that.
Whether Shadow Resident was actually the teacher from Chris's past is not fully known. Members of the QB Farms leaked what they thought were the personal details of the person behind the Shadow Resident's persona, but their veracity is unconfirmed. It was also at around this time that Chris began forming a friendship with several Twitter users who frequently replied to her, including Tings, Little Amy Chan, and Desiree Delightful. They portrayed themselves as genuine devoted fans of Chris and fashioned themselves as her protectors against trolls, calling themselves the Quick Protect Squad. To increase their mutual trust for each other, they made numerous Sonichu and Chris-chan related drawings for Chris. On April 16th, Chris uploaded a video of herself exercising with dumbbells because the characters the Idea Guys were portraying told her that she had to keep in good shape while in Quickville.
I was doing a little workout. I do my warm-ups and workout every day. Between, push-ups and jumping jacks and the other stretches that I like doing.
1000% I do not believe you. Again, I spend way too much time weightlifting. I spend way too much time at my martial arts gym. You don't do shit. It's very physically obvious. It's a visual thing. You can tell. And it's very clear, Chris, that the majority of your time is spent on the couch doing jack shit. So.
But anyway, one thing that I really like doing, which I'm going to show y'all in this very video,
So I get my hair pulled back and my sweatband on. And then put my cap on. Now lift these bad boys up. Rated weight, 20 pounders. Both of these are 20 pounders.
Okay. It's a good warm-up weight.
I like doing 100 reps every day, and y'all gonna watch me do 100 reps today. I do
Let's see.
100 reps daily. Most daily, okay? Anyway, count with me.
0,
Two,
0,
two,
0, 0,
three.
0, 0. What are we doing? What are we doing? Are we trying to do curls? Because those aren't curls.
Here we are.
You're not giving your bicep enough room to get a stretch going. You're staying at just over halfway contracted. You're not doing shit, Chris. The way you're swinging that weight up, you're not using the bicep at all. Stand up, fatty. Stand up.
50 and 50 makes 100. Yeehaw! Alright? So get yourselves working out with me.
That was fucking embarrassing.
Do 100 reps a day. But make sure you warm up. I also do my leg ups. Do 30 of those a day. Okay? So anyway, y'all can enjoy that.
Do your what? Your leg ups? Okay.
Have a good day.
Later that day,
Those are fucking useless unless you're rehabbing some kind of an injury or have some type of a physical disability or something that requires that. But for the average person, you need to squat. You need to squat if you want to grow your legs. Squats and lunges, that's where it's at. The squat is the granddaddy of all leg exercises. Just squat. That's all you got to do. It's very simple. Just squat.
Christine uploaded a 4-second long video fulfilling a paid request, which featured her mother, Barbara, stiffly dancing the twist. Viewers noted the visible dog feces atop of newspapers on the floor in the background. The next day, Chris pleaded for her followers to provide her with more money. "We are making the mortgage and food by the skin of our teeth here. Seriously, I would not be able to afford even the ticket to BronyCon at this point without making all these sales. So, please help me so I can meet you this year. Please, buy now to help me get to BronyCon 2018. Money is tight here. If I don't make the money, I can't go at all." She expanded on her conundrum in a YouTube video posted shortly afterwards.
Look, everyone,
What the fuck are you wearing, Chris?
I know you want me to show myself in a video doing what I'm doing for my mom with using the money to help pay her back. I mean, but rest assured, the money that I would be getting, is going towards helping
Did you just blow a burp in our face? What the fuck?
my mother. Alright? And it's also going towards helping me as well, because it's not just her that has the problems here, I have the problems too. So just please buy the Transformer toys from me, buy everything from me that I put on eBay. Please, 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 please!
Later on, Christine wrote a string of tweets, likely being coerced by the edge.
You want to see it again? We can see it again. It's fucking gross.
That I would be getting is
One more time for the one time.
rest assured, the money that I would be getting is going towards helping my mother.
Sound like a fucking demon.
Alright? And it's also
Oh, he tasted it. That's why Ew.
going towards helping me as well, because it's not just her that has the problems here, I have the problems too. So just please buy the Transformer toys from me, buy everything from me that I put on eBay, please, 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 please!
Later on, Christine wrote a string of tweets, likely being coerced by the idea guys. Everyone, I do still need the money here to make ends meet for the household. Seriously, I was using BronyCon as a sales pitch excuse to try to sell the toys. I owe a lot towards making amends for my past. You would not believe me if I told you how, but suffice to say, I had done a lot more things in my lifetime from within my subconscious that ended up doing things worse in this world, and even in Quickville. I am a major sexual deviant, and my fetishes have made a lot of individuals turn against me. I have a long list of fetishes. I'm a furry. I like the MLP ponies and equestria girls and guys. I like all kinds of individuals. I like big breasts. I even like those as young as 16 years of age. I'm a porn addict. I'm even into scat and pee. I still have remaining, lingering jealousies of men, enough to subconsciously want to kill. I also do like Cybertronians, Autobots, and Decepticons alike. It is super bad that I may as well voluntarily register myself as a sex offender, and all this among others have affected my relations with everyone, every pony, and every bot. My years of repressed sexual urges have made my Sonichus and Rosechus essentially go hog wild all over the places, even to go around terrorizing everyone to get me some vagina. I also have a fetish for old people too.
What the fuck are we reading here?
Even my own mother. And I have a fetish for myself, where when I have the chance, I would have sex with my Quickville counterpart, and even my Equestria counterpart, Nightstar.
Whoever wrote this, they fucking got it 100% correct. They nailed Chris. Whoever did this really knows Chris.
Her sweetie, Cunty Nugget, was so handsome, he made me realize I was bisexual. He was like,
I don't feel like there's enough spelling and grammar errors for it to be Chris.
wow! And now, thanks to my subconscious lingering jealousy, Cunty Nugget is dead now. My damned subconscious killed my Nightstar's lover. So much damage to a lot in this world, and even there in Quickville's dimension. That's what's been driving me crazy these past months. I was worrying over my nation and my species of Sonichus and Rosechus, and there is a lot to make amends, as well as reforming and redeeming myself. And Jesus Christ is not one who would be doing that for me. I must reform and redeem myself, for the benefit of everyone. I had repressed myself for too many years, and the worst of that has cost a lot against me with everyone. And to you all, and all of them, I have been very remorseful and sorry for everything. I wish to be reformed, redeemed, and forgiven by everyone. Not long after, Chris returned to Twitter to inform everyone that her account had allegedly been hacked, and that her previous tweets were not her words. Later again, Chris...
Even still, like I said, whoever wrote that, they knew Chris. They 100% on the dot with that description.
Wrote that she was having an existential crisis and asked for help. From the events of these past few days, it became all the more clear that Christine was still under the control of bad actors. No one knew for the time being their true identities, the extent of their torment, or even the lengths they would soon go to use Chris's loosening grip on reality for their own amusement.
What an episode, dude. What an episode. We killed it. We got through it. Dang. Dang. That was 83 minutes, just shy of hour and a half worth of Chris Chan stuff. Man, that was episode 60 and 61. That means we're down to what? That'd be 21, 2, 3 left. 23 episodes left to go. 23 left. I remember when we were still at like episode 5, 6, 7, back when we were still getting to double digits. We have laid down miles of this shit. But we're this far into it. Can't quit now. We've got a few more to go. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for taking this ride with me. I appreciate you hanging out as we do every Monday for our usual episodes of Christory. We're going to take the stream out on the Ripper, like we do every single time. Always do it. It's what we got to do. If you guys want to follow me on TikTok, I'm your favorite SA1020. Go check me out. Work out with me. See what I'm doing over there. And yeah, I think that's about it. I think there should be videos out this week. And I'll see you guys live and in person Friday and Saturday, just like we always do. Guys, have a great rest of your week. Have a great rest of your day today. I will see you guys live and in person Friday. Let's take this bitch out on a Ripper. Here we go. Chee-wee-wees. Guys, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon.